So we will continue with variable acceleration motion. We'll read the question. Acceleration of a particle moving along a straight line is represented by a relation A is equal to 30 minus 4.5 x square. Particle starts with 0 initial velocity at x is equal to 0. Determine velocity when x is equal to 3 meter. Then the position when velocity is again 0. Okay, so here it is written again 0. And third is the position when velocity is maximum. So basically everything here in this question deals with velocity and position. Now here we have relation between acceleration and x. So either we can use acceleration is equal to dv by dt, or we can use acceleration is equal to v dv by dx. Now in this case we don't require time anywhere, so we won't be using this relation, we will be solving using this relation. So we will write down the main equation first. So acceleration is equal to 30 minus 4.5 x square. So acceleration can be written as v dv by dx is equal to 30 minus 4.5 x square. So take all the x terms on right hand side and v terms on left hand side, velocity. So integral v dv is equal to integration of 30 minus 4.5 x square dx. So integrate this, v square by 2 is equal to 30 x minus 4.5 x cube by 3 plus c. Now what is the condition given here? Starts with 0 initial velocity. So v is 0 at x equal to 0. So v is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. So from here what we will get? Therefore c is equal to 0. So velocity is 0 and x is 0, so c will be equal to 0. So we can write down the main equation now. Velocity square by 2 is equal to 30x minus 4.5 x cube by 3. Now just you have to take this 2 on right hand side. So we'll get the main equation of velocity. So v square is equal to 60x minus 3x cube. So this is, suppose question part, suppose this is equation 1, and whatever we have derived it now, this equation is equation 2. Now what is the first question which is asked? The velocity when x is 3 meters. So you have to calculate v. So first question is calculation of v when x is 3 meter. So we'll just have to substitute the values in equation 2. So v square is equal to 60x. So 60 into 3 minus 3 into 3 cube. So from here we will get velocity is equal to 9.949 meter per second. So this is first answer. Then we'll see second part. What is the second part asked? The position when velocity is again 0. So we have to calculate x when velocity is 0. Okay, so just substitute the values in this equation, equation 2. So velocity is 0. So left hand side will be 0 equal to 60 x minus 3x cube. Okay, now in this equation you can take this x common, it will go on left hand side, so we can write this as 3x square minus 60 is equal to 0. You can solve this equation. You will get x value as plus minus 4.47 meter. So this is question number 2. Last question now. What is the last question? The position when velocity is maximum. What we have to do in this case? When is velocity maximum? Acceleration should be 0, or you can say dv by dt is 0. Na? If you want to maximize velocity, then take the differentiation of velocity and equate it to 0, maxima. So third part is we have to calculate x when velocity is Vmax. So when will be velocity maximum? You have to take differentiation of that and equate it to 0. So it will become acceleration. So acceleration is 0. So acceleration is equal to dv by dt equal to 0. So just you have to substitute the value in equation 1. Okay, so substitute in equation 1. What is equation 1? It is related to acceleration. The acceleration equation is there. So in this, this acceleration is dv by dt. So that acceleration is 0. So from here you will get value of x. So if you substitute the value, 0 is equal to 30 minus 4.5 into x square. So from here we can calculate x. X is equal to 2.58 meter. Now here it is not asked to calculate what is the maximum velocity, but we will calculate that part also. Okay, so that is the extra part. It is not asked, but we will calculate Vmax also. Calculation of Vmax. So how to calculate Vmax? We have x value, and equation number 2, if you see, x is there and velocity is there. So substitute that x value over here. You will get velocity, maximum velocity. So just substitute the value. V square is equal to, what is that equation? 60x minus 3x cube. X value is 2.58. 60 into 2.58 minus 3 multiplied by 2.58 cube. So take under root of this, you will get Vmax equal to 10.16 meter per second. So even though this has not been asked, we have calculated just to demonstrate how we can calculate the velocity. Now we'll move on to the next question. Next question, the motion of particle is defined by the relation acceleration is equal to 0.t meter per second square. So from here you can get what are the units. Where t is measured in seconds, it is found that at x is equal to 5 meter, velocity is 12 meter per second when time is 2 seconds. Find position and velocity at time equal to 6 seconds. So what is the equation given over here? Acceleration is equal to 0.8 t meter per second square. Okay, and some boundary condition has been given over here. If you substitute that value, you will get value of c, constant. So first we require relation between the time and velocity. Okay, we'll do that part first. So acceleration, we can write it as acceleration is equal to dv by dt equal to 0.8 t. So just take the dt part on the right hand side and integrate. So integral dv is equal to 0.8 integral of t dt. So just calculate this, you will get velocity is equal to 0.8 t square by 2 plus c. Now what is the first condition given here? When time is 2 seconds, velocity is 12 meter per second. So we'll write that condition. So velocity is 12 meter per second time is 2 seconds. So from here, just substitute these values, velocity value over here, time value over here, you will get C. So C value from here, it is 10.4. Velocity is equal to 0.8 t square by 2 plus 10.4. So this is suppose equation 2, and main equation, suppose that is equation 1. What is asked in the question now, from that relation, what we have to calculate at time equal to 6 seconds. So this is relation between velocity and time. So what is asked now, we have to find velocity when time is 6 seconds. So just use that boundary condition. So first part we will calculate at t equal to 6 seconds, what is velocity? So velocity is equal to 0.8 into 6 square by 2 plus 10.4. From here we can calculate velocity equal to 24.8 meter per second. What is the next part which we have to calculate? We have to calculate the position when time is 6 seconds. So we have to get a relation between time and x. Okay, what we will do is we directly have velocity part. Okay, velocity equation we have. So in place of velocity, what we can write? Dx by dt. So that will give us relation between x and t. So we'll write this equation, take equation 2, and instead of v we will write for second part from 2. What we can write is v we can replace by dx by dt. So dx by dt is equal to 0.8 t square by 2 plus 10.4. Okay, now take the time dt on right hand side and integrate. So integral of dx is equal to 0.8 by 2 integral t square dt plus 10.4 integral dt. So x is equal to, if you simplify this, we'll write down this 0.8 by 2, this will become t cube by 3 plus 10.4 t plus c1. So we'll simplify this further. X is equal to 0.1333 t cube plus 10.4 t plus c1. Okay, now in this equation again some condition has been given in the question. Time is 2 seconds, particle is at x equal to 5 meter. So use that boundary condition. X is 5 meter when t is 2 seconds. So substitute the value 5 equal to 0.1333 into 2 cube plus 10.4 into 2 plus c1. So from here we will get c1. c1 is equal to minus 16.8664. So substitute this value of c1 in this equation so that you will get a relation between x and t. So final relation is x is equal to 0.1333 t cube plus 10.4 t minus 16.8664. Okay, now what is asked in the question, we will see that. This is equation 3. What is asked in the question? when time is 6 seconds, we have to calculate what is the position of the particle. Okay, so we have already derived the relation between position and time. So just you have to substitute the values. So what is given at t equal to 6 seconds, we have to calculate x. So x is equal to 0.1333 into 6 cube plus 10.4 into 6 minus 16.8664. From here we can calculate x, which is equal to 74.3264 meter. So next question, the velocity of a particle traveling in a straight line. So from here you can understand that this is rectilinear motion is given by velocity is function of time, where t is in seconds. So time unit has been given and displacement unit has also been given over here, it is in meter. If s is equal to 0, when t equal to 0, determine the particle's deceleration and position when time is 3 seconds. So we have to calculate a and we have to calculate s. Okay, or we will use x, it doesn't matter, when t is equal to 3 seconds. So from the given equation, velocity is function of time. What we have to get? We have to get equation of acceleration. So how to get equation of acceleration from this? Acceleration will be, to calculate deceleration, we require acceleration. So acceleration will be what? dv by dt. So from there we will get acceleration equation to calculate this part. What about position? Velocity is given, so velocity will be dx by dt. So we will get relation between position and time. Okay, so in this way we have to develop both the relations. So first equation we will write down, velocity is equal to 6t minus 3t square. Now from here we have to develop relation of acceleration. Okay, so how to develop that relation? Acceleration is equal to dv by dt. So just you have to differentiate this equation. So equal to 6 minus 6t. So we have developed the relation of acceleration. Now what is given in the question? First part we can calculate. What is the first part? We have to calculate acceleration when time is equal to 3 seconds. So just substitute the value in that equation. Acceleration is equal to 6 minus 6 into 3. So from here we can calculate acceleration. Acceleration is equal to minus 12 meter per second square. This is negative, means it is deceleration. Okay, so first part we have calculated deceleration. The next one is position. Okay, so in order to calculate position from velocity, how to do that? Velocity is dx by dt. So we'll use that relation. So for second part, so we have to calculate s, position, when time is equal to 3 seconds. So velocity is equal to, we can write ds by dt equal to, and we already have the equation of velocity, 6t minus 3t square. So we have to get relation between s and t, time. So just take the dt part on right hand side and integrate. So integration of ds is equal to 6 integral t dt minus 3 integral t square dt. S is equal to 6 t square by 2 minus 3 t cube by 3 plus c. Now what is the condition given over here? S is 0 when t is 0. So S is 0 when t is 0. So substitute this, we will find value of c. So c is equal to 0. Equation of S, what is that? S is equal to 3t square minus t cube. Okay, so this is the important relation which we require. Now based on this, we have to calculate what is asked in the question. When time is 3 seconds, we have to calculate what is the position of that particle. Now here just observe this. We have to calculate S when t is 3 seconds. So just you have to substitute value of t in this equation, you will get S. So S is equal to 3 into 3 square minus 3 cube. So from here we will calculate S. So S is equal to 0. So what is meaning of this? When time is 3 seconds, S value is what? 0. Okay. Now what is asked, next part of the question, how far has the particle traveled during the 3 second time interval and what is its average speed? So basically here distance is asked. Okay, total distance traveled by the particle. Now here you can see that initially particle, when t is 0, what is the position of the particle? It is S is equal to 0. Then if you see this part which we got right now, when t is 3 seconds, what is the position? It is 0. That particle, it has started here, t is equal to 0. So we'll draw the diagram for that. Okay, so before that I'll write down a small statement over here. Since distance traveled in 3 seconds is asked, we need to find whether the particle reverses its sense of motion during the 3 second motion. Okay, so we'll see this part. So during this 3 seconds, what we have to find? How far the particle has traveled, and we have to, from that we will get some value, and from there we can calculate what is the average speed. So here we have to basically find whether the particle has reversed or not. Okay, now next statement we will write, for a particle to reverse, its velocity should be equal to 0. Okay, so from here what we can do is we can equate that velocity equation which we have. Okay, so velocity equation, it is given in the question. When will particle reverse? See what is given, velocity and time relation is given. And if you see the calculation which we had done, at t equal to 0, S is 0. And at t equal to 3 seconds, again that S is 0. So particle position, it has returned to the original position. It means that particle has reversed its sense of motion. Okay, so what we have to do is, when will particle reverse its motion? When velocity is 0. Okay, so particle will travel in this direction, its velocity will become 0, and then it will change its sense of motion. So we will equate this to 0. So velocity is equal to 6t minus 3t square. This will be equal to 0. So from here we will get two values of t. T is equal to 0 seconds and t equal to 2 seconds. Okay. So from here what we can say is, particle reverses its sense of motion. Why? Because total time period is how much? 3 seconds. Okay, we are starting with 0. Okay, and velocity becomes 0 at 2 seconds. So at 2 seconds, the sense of that motion, it is reversing. So from here we can understand. So we will write down, therefore particle reverses its sense of motion. Why is this? Because total time is given as 3 seconds and we get velocity is equal to 0 at 2 seconds. So at 2 seconds itself velocity is 0 and particle has reversed its motion. So now we will draw the diagram. Okay, suppose this is the diagram. So t equal to 0, s is equal to 0. Okay, then next is t equal to 2 seconds. Okay, so there it will reverse the direction, right? So we'll write down time at this location is 2 seconds. Okay, and then we had calculated here that when s, we had calculated when time is 3 seconds. So after 3 seconds again s is 0. So this point will be t equal to 3 seconds. Okay, now we'll do some calculations of position. So position calculation. So at t equal to 0, what is the position? S0 is equal to 0. It is given in question. Then at t equal to 2 seconds, what will be s? Okay, s at 2 seconds, it will be equal to, what is the equation of that s? S is 3t square minus t cube. So 3 into t square, 2 square minus t cube, so 2 cube. From here we will get s2 equal to 4 meter. So this we can mark on the diagram now. So this is 4 meter. Then last part will be at t equal to 3 seconds. This we have already calculated. S3 will be how much? It is again 0. This we have calculated. Now what we are trying to calculate, what is asked in the question? How far has the particle traveled during the 3 second time interval? Okay, so total distance we have to calculate. So what will be that distance? So if we start from this point, okay, what will be the total distance? It will be 4 plus 4. Okay, so it is moving in this direction and again then changing direction, again it will travel 4 meter. So that is why we calculated this at different time, what is the location. Okay, so from here we can calculate what is the total distance traveled in 3 seconds. So it will be 4 plus 4 equal to 8 meter. Okay, this is one answer. Then what is the last question? One more thing is asked, right? What is its average speed? So what is speed? It is distance upon time. Distance we have already calculated. And what is the total time period? So the particle starts from this point. What is the total distance? It is 4 plus 4, 8. Upon what is the time? It starts as 0 over here. Okay, reaches 4 meter at 2 seconds. Again reaches initial position at 3 seconds. So total time is 3. So what will be average speed? Average speed is equal to distance upon time. So distance is 8 meter divided by time is total time 3 seconds. So from here we can calculate average speed. Average speed is 2.67 meter per second. Now that we have solved this question, we'll go through the complete question so that whatever doubts are there, it is clarified. Now understand this properly. What is given in the question? Relation between velocity and time. Okay, and it is mentioned over here that particle is traveling in a straight line. Then some boundary condition is given for that equation, which is s equal to 0 when t is equal to 0. From there we can calculate what is the constant. Okay, then what is asked in the question is, at time equal to 3 seconds, what is the particle's deceleration and what is the particle's position. Now since you know the complete question, now you can say why this particle is in deceleration, because it starts with 0 and ends at 3 seconds. Okay, so I'll show you that diagram again. So particle, it starts at 0, it accelerates, then velocity is 0, and then again it accelerates and decelerates. Okay, so basically finally the particle is that decelerating and it becomes equal to 0 here. So that is why what is asked over here is, at time equal to 3 seconds, what is the deceleration of that particle, and then at total 3 seconds time, what is the position. Okay, now that position, it will be with respect to fixed point. Okay, we are starting at this point at time equal to 0. With respect to that point, what is the position? Okay, so in order to calculate that, what is the first part? Deceleration. Okay, when time is 3 seconds, so we require relation between acceleration and time. How to get that? Acceleration is dv by dt. From there we got relation between acceleration and time, and here time is given. From there we calculated acceleration, it is negative, so we concluded that it is a deceleration. That is first part of the question. What is the second part of the question? Again, at same time equal to 3 seconds, we have to calculate what is the position. Okay, now what is the, how to get position and time from this equation? V is ds by dt. So from here we integrated this, we got the value of c, we got this final equation of s and t. We have to just substitute the value of time 3 seconds. From there we got s is 0. So basically from here what we understood is, the particle starts the motion when s is 0, t is 0. Okay, then when t is 3 seconds, again s is 0. So what is meaning of that? Somewhere the particle has changed its direction. Okay, so what we did is, when will particle change its direction? It will travel in this direction, velocity will become 0. Okay, and then at that instant we can say that what is the time period. At that time period the particle has reversed its sense of motion. So what we did is, we took this velocity equation and substituted value of velocity as 0. So from there we calculated what is time. So this is t square, we got two values of time. So t is equal to 0 and t equal to 2 seconds. Velocity is 0. So you can understand that from this diagram, when t is 0, obviously the s is 0. Okay, so velocity is 0. And when t is 2 seconds, then also velocity is 0. So using that data we have drawn the diagram. So when t is 0, s is 0. Okay, when t is 3 seconds, again s is 0. And then when t is 2 seconds, we have to find out what is s. When t is 2 seconds, we have to find this s. Why? Because what is the next question asked? It is asked in the question that how far the particle has traveled during 3 seconds. So total distance has been asked. So we have to find that distance also. Okay, so that is why we did this position calculation activity. So at t equal to 0, s0 is 0. That was given in the question. Then when t is 2 seconds, okay, so when t is 2 seconds, what is the position of the particle? It has traveled 4 meters. Then at t equal to 3 seconds, we already calculated that s3 is 0. So particle has reached its original position. So from here also we can conclude that that particle has changed its direction of motion. Then what will be the total distance traveled, which is asked in 3 seconds? It will be from this point, initial point, to this location and back to this location. So total distance, it will be 4 plus 4, 8 meters. And then average speed. So what is the speed when particle travels from this position to this position and back to this position? It will be distance upon time. So distance is 8 meters and the total time is 3 seconds. So from there we got average speed. So we have completed with this part, variable acceleration motion. Now we will quickly go through the concept of motion curve. So now we will start with motion curves. Now in case of motion curve, what is this motion curve? Motion curves are graphical representation of displacement, velocity and acceleration with respect to time. So we will see one by one what are the different types of motion curves. So we'll see the first curve, motion curve, which is displacement time curve. Y-axis we have displacement in meter and x-axis we have time in seconds. And here one curve has been shown and it has some tangent. Okay. Now what is the slope of this curve? It will be dy by dx. No? So dy by dx means ds by dt. Now what is this ds by dt? ds by dt gives us velocity. So what conclusion we get from this displacement time curve is, whenever we have displacement time curve on ST diagram, so slope of that ST curve at any point gives velocity of particle at that time. Okay, so what is the velocity of particle at that time? You can calculate from this slope. Now next diagram, next motion curve, it is velocity time curve. So y-axis is velocity in meter per second, x-axis is time in seconds, and here you can see one curve has been shown, and again a tangent has been drawn from a reference point. Okay. Now what will be the slope of this VT diagram? It will be dy by dx. No? So it will be dv by dt. What is dv by dt? Acceleration. So same thing is written here. Slope of velocity time curve at any given point. Okay, so at any point gives acceleration of particle at that time. Okay, so at that time, here time is given, right, on x-axis. So at that time, what is the acceleration? That we can find out. Then second thing, if you see area under the VT diagram. Okay, what will be this area? Area will be V into dt. So you have to consider area of elemental strip. So here we will consider a small area. Okay, very small area. So what will be thickness of this? It will be dt. Okay, and what is the height of that rectangle? It will be velocity. So what will be area of this? Okay, so area will be velocity, which is height. So here on y-axis, you will be able to get this velocity value. So V into this thickness of the strip, it is dt. So that will be the area of that elemental strip, which we have considered on this velocity versus time diagram. Now what is this V dt? If you recall, what is V? ds upon dt. So what will be ds? ds is equal to V dt. So basically area under the same thing is written. Area measured under VT curve from time t1 to t2 gives the change in displacement. So it will be, if you see this equation, it will be integral s1 to s2 ds is equal to integral t1 to t2 v dt. Now if you integrate this, you will get s2 minus s1 is equal to it will be change in displacement. Okay, so what is this S2 minus S1? It is change in displacement. So if you have been given velocity versus time motion curve, okay, if you take the slope of that curve at any point, what will be that? It will be acceleration of the particle at that time. If you consider area between some time limit, okay, like T1 to T2, okay, what will be the area, total area? It will be integral of T1 to T2 V dt. Why? Because elemental strip thickness is dt and height of that rectangle is velocity. So from there, whatever we calculate, it will be change in displacement. So change in displacement is what? It is area under the Vt curve from T1 to T2. Now next 2 points, we will go through these points and again come back when we are solving numericals. So what are these points? If area under Vt curve is positive, then displacement is equal to distance traveled. We will see meaning of this later on. So when area under this Vt curve, it is positive, then displacement is equal to distance traveled. Next point, the time where Vt curve changes its sign. So suppose Vt curve, it is going in negative y direction. Okay, so it will change its sign. So at that time, displacement is maximum. Next diagram we will see acceleration time curve, which is third type of motion curve, acceleration time curve. Now y-axis, here you can see acceleration is given in meter per second square, x-axis is time in second. And here a curve has been shown. If you draw a tangent to a point over here, you can calculate the slope. What will be slope? It will be dy by dx. What is y? A. What is x? T. So dA by dt will give you jerk. Okay, so what is jerk? Jerk is dA by dt. Then we will see what is area. So again, what we will consider is a small strip. Okay, here we will consider a small strip. What will be height of this strip? It will be acceleration. What will be the thickness of this strip, elemental strip? It will be dt. Okay, very small thickness. And if you have been given limit over here, suppose this is T1 and suppose this is T2. So what will be the total area? It will be integral T1 to T2 A into dt. Now if you consider equation of acceleration, okay, what is acceleration? Acceleration is equal to dv by dt. So from here, what I can say, dv is equal to acceleration into dt. So same thing has been shown over here. So we have a dt, we integrated it from limits t1 to t2 to calculate total area. And what is that area under this acceleration versus time diagram? It will be change in velocity. So if you see this equation, dv equal to acceleration into dt. So if you integrate this left hand side, you will get v2 minus v1 equal to that. What is that v2 minus v1? It is change in velocity. So same thing is written here. Area measured under AT curve from T1 to T2 gives change in velocity. So this is change in velocity. Next point, again this point significance we will see when we are solving numericals. Okay, we will understand it better when we are solving numerical. The time where AT curve changes its sign. Okay, so it might happen that acceleration curve, it cuts this x-axis and go in negative side. So the time where AT curve changes its sign, at that time velocity is maximum. So we will stop over here and continue with motion curves in next lecture.